and welcome to Club 7, Episode 9 of The Pilgrimage on FM24. I'm Jamie. Coming up on today's episode, I've got the first two games of the season in the Premier League for you. We're at home to Fulham and away to Manchester City. So I'll be back in a moment to show you the team to face Fulham. Okay, here is the team for the Fulham game, and it is Stace in goal. Back four is Carlos Roberto, Botman, Sitalo and Vanderson. Gomez behind De Jong and Bruno Guimaraes in midfield. Brebels on the left, Echeverri on the right, and Alexander Isak up front. So let's submit the team and go and give a team talk. Okay, my assistant is suggesting it's a match we should be winning. We should make sure that we do. So let's pump the fists and agree with him. And let's get into the tunnel. It's always nice to start with a win and build up some momentum. Am I confident we can get off to a good start? We're in a good position. We're working hard, and that can only lead to good things. It was a while ago, but Newcastle actually suffered defeat the last time they played Fulham. Without any bearing ahead of this game? No. None whatsoever. We'll approach this game in the same way as any other. We'll go with that. Do I agree Newcastle will live or die by Josip Sitalo's performances? It's a team game and we can't rely on one player. Okay, let's get out there and see if we can manage to get off to a winning start this season and claim 3 points from the opening match. It is Tomiyasu with the throw-in to Baleba, Cordoba to Kasunu. He's looking for someone and in fact found Sucic, who gets it back, cuts inside, it's forced back to Baleba, and Dai to Beckford. And Mehmet Beckford gives Fulham the lead. There is an appeal for offside. And the verdict from VAR is that it's a goal. And it is Newcastle 0, Fulham 1. So we need to demand more and go attacking. I think in the opening match of the season we're already a goal down. Not even 10 minutes in. Carlos Roberto plays it back to Botman. He brings it out and finds Guimaraes. Back to Sitalo. He's going to need help. Finds Vanderson. Down the right hand side. He's burst past his man. He's going to have to cross it himself. And he does. And the header from Brebels at the far post makes it Newcastle United 1. Fulham 1. And we've played less than 10 minutes. So we're back on terms. Let's encourage the boys and get them to try and get another goal. And now we're in the top four as it stands. There's only two teams with a perfect record at the moment. And we are right in there. So if we can get a goal, we've got a very good chance of ending the day in the top four. Because obviously there will be goals in other games. So it's now three teams with a perfect record. And it's Tomiyasu with the throw-in. And this is where their goal came from last time. Beckford's cross. And the header hits the woodwork. And it's scrambled behind by De Jong. So I'm going to demand more at this point. 27 minutes gone. And it is Doyle with the right-footed out-swinging corner. Headed away, but only as far as Beckford, who puts it out of play. And the highlight comes to an end. And so far, a draw is about the right result. So we've got plenty of work to do. The only question is, where does the blame lie for the fact we're not winning? And also, is anybody too tired to come out for the second half? Both of those questions we will address at half time as Doyle takes a free kick and Tommy Doyle scores. And it is Newcastle 1, Fulham 2. We're behind again. And this is not ideal. So we do need to ask some serious questions at half time. And that is half time now. So let's go and ask those questions. We'll thrash the arms. What was that? And let's make whatever changes we need to make. Carlos Roberto is tired and on a yellow card. I'm going to bring on... Am I going to bring on Connolly or Origi? Connolly. And I'm also going to take off Frankie de Jong for Harvey Elliott. And also Leandro Brables. In fact, no, not Leandro Brables. Brables is playing well. I'm going to take Claudio Echeverri off and bring on, let's see, Adam Cockbill or Jamario. I'm going to go Adam Cockbill. So that's 3 changes. I'm wondering whether to risk a 4th and get Brables off as well. And the only question in my mind is who would come on. So I think what we need to do is nothing. Leave it as it is. And we'll start the second half. And let's demand more. We need a quick goal. And it is Bruno Guimaraes over a free kick on 47 minutes. Picks out Sotalo down to Elliott. And the shot is saved and it'll be a corner. But the highlight will continue. It's a left-footed Harvey Elliott outswinger. And it's headed away. Elliott doesn't keep it in. But we will have a throw-in. And Connolly will take it. Finds Elliott. Connolly again. Plays it back to Gomez. To Bruno. And his shot goes wide. And I think I'm going to take Brables off at this point. Although I'll wait for this free kick. Connolly with the shot. Connolly with the goal. And it's not going to count, is it? I think this is going to be offside. And referee VAR says goal disallowed. So it remains 2-1 to Fulham. I am going to take Brables off now. And we'll bring on Philip Bogdan. And I'm going to make a quick tactical switch in a minute once this highlight comes to an end. Sotalo to Botman. Botman to Connolly into Elliott. Connolly again. Finds Brables. To Gomez. Onto Bruno. Bruno shoots. And Bruno scores. And this one is going to count. It is Newcastle United 2, Fulham 2. So we've got the goal. And we will do that, make that change, but we'll now need to do our tactical switch as well. And I am going to move In fact, I'm not going to move Bogdan up front because Alexander Isak is better up front. So I'm going to leave it as it is. And this will be the team that will see us through the rest of the match, I think. In fact, no, we do have another substitution available, but I'm going to hold on to it for as long as possible. Baleba to Tomiyasu. Beckford gives it away to Vanderson, who finds Gomez. Vanderson to Cockbill. He's driving forward towards the edge of the area. It's given away. Baleba gives the ball away, and Alexander Isak tucks it home. And it is Newcastle United 3, Fulham 2. We're in the lead. And we've got 35 minutes to go. I'm going to drop back to positive. And now we just need to hold on and only make a substitution if we need it. So as things stand, we're third in the embryonic league table. In fact, we've just dropped to fourth. And I think it's possibly Isak that's going to come off. But not yet. Although Isak is in with a chance to score again. Can't keep the shot down. And it remains 3-2. So I said I'm going to hold on as long as possible. In fact, Vanderson is the one who needs to come off. And I'm going to do that with about 10 minutes to spare. And we are into the final 10 minutes. So we'll take Vanderson off. And bring on... In fact... Bruno Guimaraes probably is a higher priority to come off, and we'll bring on Thibaut Moulin, and that will do. So let's go and finish the job. 8 minutes left, and all we need to do now is just keep control, calm it down, and just see it through. Tommy Doyle with the free kick. Headed away. Moulin hammers it clear. Isak doesn't get there. Francis plays it back to Cordoba. Into Bellini. It's played forward. And we should win the ball. Bogdan gives it away. Doyle comes forward again. But Connolly nips in to win it. And clears. Moulin volleys it forward. Keeper is a long way out, and he's given it away, and Alexander Isak makes it 4-2 and surely wraps up the win. And it is Biljan's fault that they've conceded that one, and that will be enough to put us in the top. In fact, it puts us right to the top of the league, and that should be enough. So Doyle with the corner though for Fulham. So right-footed in-swinger. And Staskal's made a meal of that. And Milovanovic puts it in the net, and it is now 4-3. We've got 1 more minute to go. And it's a nervy last minute when it really, really shouldn't have been. But we have done it. Newcastle 4, Fulham 3. I'll be back in a moment with the second match of today's episode. Okay, time now for the second match of today's episode and a trip to Manchester City. Team for this one: Stascal in goal, back four Carlos Roberto, Botman, Sotalo and Svoboda, Gomez behind Guimaraes and Elliott in midfield, Brable's on the left, Echeverry on the right, Alexander Isak up front. So let's submit the team and go and give a team talk. Okay, my assistant thinks the pressure is all on our opponents and we've got nothing to lose, so we should go out and cause an upset. And I think that's probably fair enough, given we're playing Manchester City away from home. So let's go with that, and let's get out into the tunnel. How important will it be to score first? We'll always play to win. Of course we want to score first. How's the mood in the camp? We're in a good place. And the atmosphere is really good, so we'll go with that. What sort of match am I expecting? Hoping we'll have the edge with our approach. So let's see if we can. And we're underway, but as always we'll wait the first 10 minutes before we do anything in terms of reacting. And it's Elliott's cross, and the keeper's flapped at it. Satalo Echeverry with the shot, and it's just over the top of the crossbar. So 5 minutes in, we've had the better of it, but it is still 0-0, and it is Manchester City, so nothing being taken for granted. As Satalo finds Gomez, he goes for an adventurous ball out to the left. It's cut out, and City can break. Reina into Kotchu, and Foden scores. And you cannot give him that kind of space in the penalty area. It is Manchester City 1, Newcastle 0. So we need to demand more. And we need to get back to what we do best. Svoboda to Elliott. Svoboda into the box for Isak. Finds Brables, but doesn't get the shot away. And the highlight comes to an end. So we've yet to have a shot on target. But despite that, we're ahead on XG. And Manchester City are still below us in the table, albeit only by virtue of goals scored. And now Manchester City are the better team, and they're in the lead. So we have much work to do. Let's encourage the boys. We're away, so I need to be a bit kind. Brables is not having a great game, and he's the only one really, apart from Carlos Roberto. Actually, he's not playing that well. So those two probably are going to be coming off at half time. And we've got less than 10 minutes of the first half to go. It is still 1-0, so we're not out of this yet. And in fact, briefly we were on the attack, but City have won it back. Jones to De Bast, finds Gvardiol. He plays a square ball to Doig. Doig into midfield, and it's on to Wadrogo. Wadrogo shoots wide, and I thought he'd scored as well, but just wide. And a dominant Manchester City are going to have to settle for a 1-goal lead at half time. So let's go give the lads some words of encouragement. Be better in front of goal, I think he's absolutely right. So we'll point the finger, and I'm going to go with that. So I'm going against my assistant's recommendation, and we're going to make some changes to try and improve our fortunes. And I am going to go with left-sided changes. So Roberto coming off, and I'm going to give Adam Connolly the nod to come on the left, and Brables, in fact, not Brables, we'll go Claudio Echeverry for Adam Cockbill. And also Svoboda for Vanderson. So 3 changes at half time, 2 remaining. So let's start the second half. Let's encourage again and see if we can turn this around. If we can get a point, that will be a really decent first couple of games. A 1-0 defeat on the face of it, away to Manchester City, is not a disaster. The disappointing thing for me is that we haven't had a shot on target yet, as Gvardiol finds Timber to Simakan, back to DeBast, into Simakan, DeBast, forward, and it's round the corner to Haaland. He won't miss from there. He's hit the post, and Connolly is forced to put it out for a throw-in. So Manchester City are turning the heat up, and we're going to need to do something else. Brables is going to need to come off, and we'll bring on Bogdan on the left-hand side. And my final change is going to be Isaac for Evan Ferguson with 20 minutes to go. Let's see if Ferguson can be the difference maker, and we'll drop another encourage. We will work the ball into the box, and it's still only 1-0, so we are still in with a shout into the last 10 minutes. Can we get one more opportunity, particularly for Evan Ferguson? If he gets it, I think he'll score. As we give the ball away, Simakan brings it forward for City. Into midfield, finds Foden, which is never good. Out to Amior, who plays it into the box for Foden. We get it away. Elliott clears, and Gvardiol will keep it in, but the highlight comes to an end, and we've got 5 minutes of added time. And will there be one opportunity for Newcastle United? And the answer to that is looking like no. And there it is. Manchester City 1, Newcastle United 0. I'll be back in a moment to show you the early Premier League table and to tell you what's coming up on the next episode. Okay, here is the first look of the season at the Premier League table, and as you can see, we're bang in the middle, 10th place, 1 win, 1 defeat from our opening 2 games, 3 points on the board. So let's have a look at when we're going to come back, and I make no apologies for this, but I'm going to focus for a little while at least on the Europa Conference League, as I reckon we've got a really decent chance of winning that. So on the next episode, I'm going to show you both legs of our tie against Viking. So if you've enjoyed today's, please leave a nice thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. Thank you very much indeed for watching, and goodbye.